Hello, thanks for being here with me, Tiger Lilith Tarot. This is going to be I'm going to do a collective reading. I'm going to take a look specifically at the two cards I have at the top here. Okay, I pulled them from a Celtic deck I have. This is the Queen of Cups and Four of Wands. All right, the reason that I'm looking at these particular cards is because when I did the full moon love readings, this was a super full moon. This was the largest, brightest full moon of the year. Okay, did these readings for all the signs, and the Queen of Cups and or the Four of Wands came out in, if not every sign, 10 to 12 of them, but I think every single sign at some point got one or both of these cards. So I wanted to do a collective reading. Sorry, I have soot on my hands here. But yeah, I've got a bunch of decks here because I'm not sure what I'm going to pull from. I'm going to start with this vintage wisdom oracle deck here. We are going to start it off. So the Queen of Cups and the Four of Wands. Queen of Cups is, I was surprised it came out in every single reading, but the Queen of Cups is a card I think of as Cancer energy. It is a water sign, so it's heavy. It's Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer specifically, but because this card to me is about an emotional awareness, Queen of Cups especially, right, is about the emotions. And with this Queen of Cups, it's about being incredibly connected with the emotions. We have our foot in the water here. Water representing not only emotions but natural cycles, and in this card too, the full moon is right above this cup, right? And she is off her throne. She's regal, but she's not sitting on her throne, as you can see in this card. So we'll see if any of that imagery comes up, has meaning. But Queen of Cups, a very mothering card, very intuitive. Queens are about creativity, compassion, awareness, feminine power, nurturing, caregiving. So it could just be that we are in a very nurturing, caregiving energy. Now, the Four of Wands is a card of home and hearth. It's a card of fun, celebration. It can be a card of spontaneity for me. But what I found interesting about both of these cards is they're both cards about the home. So this could have to do with a sort of nesting sense that collectively is happening, in the home, people feeling very motherly in the house, something along those lines. I don't know. Let's see, but there's definitely, so this is water energy, as I said, and then the Four of Wands, fire energy. Aries specifically with the Four of Wands. So let's see. I'm not going to take this one, but we do have protection wanting to slip out here. I'm going to get a card each. One for the Queen of Cups, one for the Four of Wands from this deck, just to see here. So Queen of Cups, also about intuition. And the Wands to me are interesting. As I said, intuition. We had the intuition card pop out along with ancestors. So, it's possible that we're being told to listen to our guides, listen to our, when it says ancestors, to me it's not only ancestors, it's also elders. Those that came before us, right? Intuition here with the Queen of Cups, but I think of the Wands as very intuitive as well in general, because the Wands are about our desire, spark, creativity, very connected to the body as well. Four of Wands, again, about home and hearth. This is about what makes a house feel like a home. So to me, a card of being connected to the heart as well. Celebration, marriage. This could be a time of celebrating culminations, not so much births, but the culmination of something that was birthed a while ago. Let's see. Give me a card for the Queen of Cups. Gentleness, bottom. Let's see what else. This one is staying in my hand. Gentleness again. Okay, this is very, very pulled back, very reserved energy, very cautious. I'm getting here with the Queen of Cups and gentleness coming out. This gentleness card is very virgin-like as well. Let's see, let's get one card. She's all in white. It's the word purity is also coming to mind here. And then with the Four of Wands, we have sanctuary. Okay. The home, building our homes into a sanctuary. It's very soft energy here, even with the Four of Wands. Even with the celebration card, there's a somberness here. Gratitude at the bottom of the deck. It's interesting, the crown is raised far above her head here. And she has butterfly cards, butterfly wings. Gratitude. All right, let's see what else comes out here. With gentleness. To use this deck here. Gentleness, Queen of Cups, so incredibly, very, very feminine energy. You know, mothers, sisters, female friends might be of importance right now. This might be highlighted. Seems like that energy is being highlighted in this spread. There's also doves behind her, gentleness. Doves were symbolic of peace. Very tranquil on the left side, and over here. I don't want to say celebration of death, but it does feel like a certain. Okay, this card is wanting to come out. Interesting. I have the Five of Wands. Not a very gentle card. The Eight of Swords. Feeling like there's like being blocked off from this energy. Or is it as this energy flows down, it becomes combative, and then because it becomes combative, something can't be seen. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, the moon at the bottom of the deck. This feminine energy over here, it does feel like something is. It's not so much being kept a secret, excuse me, as it is being hidden. This gentleness card, you know, she is. It looks like there's something she isn't saying. Looks like there's something she's reserved, and it's also a there's a purity, peacefulness to this, but it's a ceremony. There's a ceremony happening in this card. The Four of Cups is about the Four of Wands is about celebration. It traditionally is has two people getting married on it. Background here. So, but this is a celebratory path. You would celebrate around the fire, leading up to the home. Can symbolize like the maypole. Maybe May was significant, but so. And with the Ten of Pentacles here, this feels very traditional as well, this gentleness card. It feels like what's being celebrated or committed to. Yeah, this is more the commitment ceremony before the celebration. It's just these energies are, this is so internal, and then we go to five of wands. Right, lots of energies on the card competing. It's interesting too because we have two feminine energies, right? The Queen of Cups, very feminine here. Then we have masculine energies on the Five of Wands competing. And because of that, there's a woman on this card that is stuck, that there's a mental prison that's been built. Something can't be seen. And it feels like what can't be seen is something about this Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is about our environment, but long-term, generational environment. The Ten of Pentacles is a card representing generational wealth, something that's been built over a very long period of time. That's why it has gotten to 10 Pentacles, right? It takes a long time to build this kind of wealth. And I don't know if you can see, but this grandfather to me that's in the card here, it looks like he's wearing a cloak or like a robe, but it looks like he has grown into his environment. So to me, while this card is a card of stability and wealth, so there's something that can't be seen having to do with not only like generational wealth, the positives and negatives. The moon, something is being kept hidden. It could have to do with trusting our instincts as well. The moon can be a card to me of following our instincts to take the journey, because the animals on this card are acting instinctually to the moon. Right? Howling at the moon, the looks like Scorpio, but like lobsters coming out of the water. The two pillars here are meant to represent, to go follow the path, follow this journey, even though it's dark and you can't see. So it could be being drawn to, with the Five of Wands can sometimes tell me to engage in the combative energy. The Five of Wands is about playful competition. With the Eight of Swords leading next to it, it's almost like the competition, like collectively the competition has been taken too far, and that's why we can't see something. I'm going to use this deck, another deck here, to look at this Four of Wands sanctuary energy here. Oh, the Eight of Pentacles. It's interesting. Okay, so far, even though we have the Four of Wands leading, this energy feels more internal than we have the world, but then it becomes external. Some of this on the right-hand side, quite honestly, just feels like people making their home a sanctuary. A lot of people collectively working from home. So maybe there's just been a large concentration on the home. And then we have the Star. The Emperor at the bottom of the deck here. Aries energy. We have Aquarius energy coming out the bottom with the Star. The World is the fixed sign, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. Okay, Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, the World, the Star. Working, mastering. It almost feels like there's this collective energy of people being very secretive about, and like this sanctuary card too. Sanctuary to me implies someplace that you take rest, it's a retreat of some kind. There's something very, like, it's sacred. There's a sacredness to a place that someone refers to as their sanctuary. This could be people just paying more attention to their home, or the sacredness of celebration, working very hard with the Eight of Pentacles, and then the start to collectively heal something. It feels like we end on like a collective optimistic note. And the Star card and this Gentleness card are a bit similar here, in the sense that there's white, this blue kind of background with whiteness behind it as well. Now the Star card, right? It's very exploratory. And then with the World here, collectively the world is being explored with hard work, but it's almost like it's being explored as either as a sanctuary or in the sanctuary of the home. I'm going to clarify this side over here with this deck. All right, the Five of Wands, because the Five of Wands, what is this energy? It's very interesting, from gentleness to the Five of Wands. Wow, the Nine of Swords. So the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. This competition is causing... There's too much conflict. We go from gentleness and awareness to conflict, and it's caused a collective anxiety. This Eight of Swords, excuse me, with the King of Swords. I feel like this is a searching for clarity. Like, it's there. Like, I feel like the King of Swords is this message that, like, the truth is there. The King of Swords is very logical. He operates, he makes the logical choice, the logical decision, and he speaks very clearly. Now, this King of Swords, is interesting. He has three hands, which these are a bit more surreal cards. Can indicate multitasking, but there's almost a trickster energy here of there's something that's very gentle and flowing and calm, and then it just moves into chaos. And it's like this King of Swords. This King of Swords. Look at that. Wow. So with the King of Swords, because I was wanting more cards about him, the Moon and the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Moon right there, the Ten of Pentacles right there. This King of Swords, this is what it felt like. It feels like this King of Swords person is the person that's keeping secrets, that's holding people, that's holding the collective. I'm going to say the collective because these two cards came out for everyone. So what this King of Swords is, there's a trickster energy that is like keeping secrets, like I said, the Ten of Pentacles I'm looking at here as a card of wealth, establishment, generational wealth, the good, the good and the bad that comes with it, right? It can be good to be grown into your environment. It's safe, it's secure, it's stable. It's a very stable foundation. It's predictable. There's something very predictable, practical about the Ten of Pentacles. But there's also something not being seen about that establishment, about the predictability. And this Ten of Pentacles here, this person doesn't have a head. And I don't know if you could see, there's a young girl that's climbing out of this green body that's grown into this environment. So I see this as her escaping. And this Moon, You know, this moon card at the bottom also says in French, love is pain. I believe that was the translation. So, and this Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, this is a painful, these are painful, uncomfortable feelings. Right, with the Ten of Pentacles, yeah, the Ten of Wands, this person is you know, like a skeleton of themselves. Okay, what is this this Ten of Pentacles has come up twice now. I want to know what this Ten of Pentacles is. This is the other one. Wow. Okay, the Eight of Swords. So we have the Eight of Swords clarifying the Ten of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords right above it. And we have the Ten of Pentacles clarifying this with this King of Swords energy. Nine of Swords, King of Swords, the Moon, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, this is an energy of being completely stuck in like a loop here. There's just an anxiety loop that is collectively happening down here at the bottom. And it starts so calm and then just leads to all of this mental energy. The Hermit at the bottom of the deck, more reserved, pulled back. Well, with the Four of Swords, more pulled back energy. Four of Swords, mental energy. The Hermit is Virgo, an earth sign, but ruled by Mercury, okay, which is communication, the mind. It's like collectively we start with emotion and gentleness and a very aware feminine energy, and then end at a very stubborn, this feels stubborn down here, stubborn mental loop. We're not going to end the reading there. We're going to get more, but let's see. With the Eight of Pentacles on this side does feel, even though it feels isolated, it does feel a little more hopeful, but let's see. The Eight of Pentacles, working hard, mastering. There's something being mastered in the home regarding celebration. The High Priestess. There's lots of cards of holding back, reserve. This could be conserving like resources in the home, having to, because the Eight of Pentacles can be having to walk away from some creature comforts to focus on one specific thing, do it over and over again. This is a reflection of who we are, though. She's like weaving a mask. This face is her own face. And it's, this card is kind of like what we do is what we are. When with the High Priestess here, feels like what this is saying on this side is that there's this collective energy of being in the home, turning the home into a sanctuary and using that to find out who we are. Maybe this is a reflection of COVID and being stuck in the home the past, or not the past 2 years, but for about, for a while, it's about, 2 years. And in that time, we were able to see who we are. Four of Pentacles. The World. I'll pull one more card for the World. The World, please. The World. The Moon. With the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, there's so much emotion. The Moon is also very deep emotion. The Moon, the High Priestess, the Moon. Imagery on the Eight of Swords here is a blindfold, right? She's also wearing a blindfold. Something is being hidden. I'm going to get a few more messages, but that's what the Four of Pentacles, I said something's being reserved, conserved. The Four of Pentacles is a card of reserving, conserving, having to hold on. He feels like he has to hold on to what he has, not sharing, not interacting with the city behind him. It feels like he's on his own island. And this card to me, I'm getting a feeling of having to show off what he has too. Which can be, if you have to show off what you have, you probably don't have that much, right? It's like that feeling of, well, I have to really show you, and this is energy with the world. Something is being, okay, the world with the Four of Pentacles and the moon. This hard work is being done intuitively. It's what this feels like in the home. But when it comes to the world or in a sanctuary, this doesn't have to be in a home, because I really am reading the Four of Wands as more of this celebration, right? It's connected to this energy of commitment with gentleness here. That she's making a commitment, a pure commitment, all in white. A commitment to peace, to purity, sanctuary, working very hard, being very diligent, being informed by intuition. But then when we get to the world here, reserved and a secret again. And the Queen of Cups. I feel like the Queen of Cups is the answer here. That is what this is feeling like to me. But she's being, like, this energy is just, feels like it digresses into this mental maze. What is the Star card here? This feels like hope and optimism at the end. This side. This could be, yeah, the Page of Pentacles. This is an offer. The Page of Pentacles. Being informed by our higher consciousness, all yellow in the background. Yellow is our higher consciousness in the tarot. I know it looked a little orange there over the flame, but it's yellow. You can take my word for it, hopefully. This is something practical. Young. This is a very youthful energy down here with the Page of Pentacles and the Star. We have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, card of walking away. The Six of Swords, a card of walking away. Card of leaving behind things. And it's, very makes sense. We have 8, 8, and 8 here. Pardon me, 8. 8s and 8 here. 8s are about a natural cycle. So there's a natural cycle happening, it feels like, as well. The Star is another 8. So whatever is this collective energy of being tricked, like we go from the feminine and the gentle down to competition, something being held back. This King of Swords feels like he's tricking people, hiding things, something about the good and bad of generational wealth and establishment. And again, it's being hidden, the Eight of Swords. But it just feels like that's the natural cycle. Then on the right-hand side here, we've got, somehow this gentleness card is connected to the Four of Wands, I feel. But either way, we have sanctuary, where something is sacred, sacred happening about celebration, a sacred celebration that's being worked on very hard. It's being informed by intuition, but being held back from the world, or the world is holding it back, is keeping it a secret. But then a young energy makes an offer, and it's optimistic and hopeful and expansive. I don't know what yeah. Okay, we're going to get I'm going to pull from this deck. This is the deck, one of the two decks in which the Queen of Cups and the Four of Wands came out a lot. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards to see what this deck would like to say about the energies present here, because it just feels like a natural cycle, but it does feel like there's hope at the bottom here. There's hope attached to the Four of Wands energy. Wow, okay, the Nine of Swords. This is anxious. There's a collective mental anxiety here. The Empress. To me, this is saying, this is like fear of abundance. Anything else from this deck? There's the Five of Wands again. These could be very connected to this side. The Two of Swords at the bottom. All right, let's see a little more. This is the other deck I was using when the Four of Wands, Queen of Cups kept coming out. So let's see what this deck has to say. Nine of Swords, the Empress, the Five of Wands. That's what we've got here. Now, Nine of Swords here connected to this Five of Wands energy as well. This Empress here in the center, to me, again, it feels like part of the answer. This Queen of Cups, this gentleness, we have, and hope down here. Now, the Star can be about a child, can be about children. The Page of Pentacles is a young energy coming in and making an offer, informed by the higher consciousness. The Empress has a child on her lap here. And the Five of Wands is a card of training. This feels like, it almost feels like growing pains in the center here. The anxiety of like okay, let's see, the Nine of Swords. What's this Nine of Swords about? Anxiety, this Nine of Swords, the Hangman. Something can't move right now. It's like collectively the Hangman is about enlightenment. I feel like collectively we know the answer, but it can't be moved forward right now to justice, and it would balance things. Whatever this it's like it would balance things in the world. So, this could be with the Capricorn full moon. The Capricorn is about stability, structure, ambition, motivation, but very firm, determined, and disciplined. It just really feels like there's a natural law, like cycle playing out, and because the Empress with the Two of Wands. The center feels very much about fertility, fruitfulness, desire. The Hierophant, tradition. Moving towards tradition, the Ace of Swords. Something is being held back, but something is also beginning to be created that has to do with spiritual tradition with the Hierophant. The Hierophant can also represent spiritual contracts, but it's a spiritual leader, oftentimes a bishop on the card. The key in the front is supposed to represent the Hierophant here, this card's a fox, I believe, has the keys to heaven. He has the sacred knowledge. But it's clarified by the Empress, which is a very feminine energy. It's about birth, fertility, fruitfulness, abundance. The abundance of it's like there's an overwhelming desire for clarity when it comes to tradition. The keys to heaven, we're searching for the keys to heaven for a sacred, it's like there's a longing for something sacred and for it to be very clear. And it has to do with abundance, with a feminine energy, birth. Something about birth, the Five of Wands, but then here's competition. The Queen of Swords, justice. The Queen of Swords to me is justice coming in. The Tower, okay? So there's a truth that is shocking and burdensome, the Ten of Wands. But the Ten of Wands also the end of a cycle. Eight of Wands, this truth might come in quickly to us. Another 8 coming out here. There's very new energy connected to this anxiety with the Nine of Swords. It's stagnant, but it's new at the same time. And then we have this, it's like once this energy is able to get going, it takes off. There's something, I wonder if once, eights. We're entering Leo season. August is the 8th month. I wonder if once we enter Leo season, energy really takes off. Maybe that could be part of what this is, because it feels like this very feminine energy is back here with the Empress, and it's like it's connected to something higher with the Hierophant, but also clarity with the Ace of Swords, a mental clarity. And the Two of Wands starting it all off. The Two of Wands is also about planning. Planning the Empress, this abundant energy, planning spiritual clarity. And then the Five of Wands, but this causes competition. But the Queen of Swords is very just. But the Queen of Swords is a feminine energy. Feminine energy is, again, creative, aware, nurturing. The Queen of Swords creates a space for truth to come in. I don't see the Queen of Swords as someone that speaks the truth, but something about truth and justice does happen, because we have the Justice card over here with the World connected to the Hangman. Right now, we can't see the Justice, the Hangman. We have the Enlightenment, but it's just waiting for the Justice. But once it comes in with the World, it's like this stress is removed and replaced with abundance. But then competition, this Tower moment that the Queen of Swords brings in, this could happen in Libra season also. I feel like the energy could get going in August, maybe not in Leo season, but in August, the beginning of August. The Queen of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. The next air sign coming up, and we have the Ace of Swords here. Oh, we have, Justice is Libra. And the World can be a card connected to the fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. Not can be, it is. And Libra is connected to the Empress as well. Something I think is going to start in August for the collective here with this energy. It's going to start in August and culminate, not culminate, but with this Tower moment, something shocking and a revelation, a foundation is shaken, possibly, this Ten of Pentacles, these foundations here are shaken, and it's a heavy burden. It's very heavy. Libra season begins end of September. So possibly energy really picks up August to September 21st, and then when Libra season comes in is when Justice happens, the Tower happens. Okay, let's get 3. I'm just gonna pull 3 advice cards, just see maybe from now until Libra season advice. The Queen of Cups. Okay, intuition. So the Queen of Cups leading it. We have the High Priestess here, the Moon coming out so many times. Trust, I feel like the message here is to trust our intuition, trust what we're being told by our intuition. The Six of Discs, Six of Pentacles, and the Princess of Cups, which is usually the Page of Page of Cups. Another youthful energy. This feels very mother and child. And the Six of Discs, something is very balanced in the center. There's an equal give and take of intuition and dreams. Right? The word generosity is in the middle here. We have gratitude here. Four of Swords at the bottom. Rest. The Fours here. Fours are about structure, creativity. Fours can also tell us to avoid stubbornness. So I think collective message too is to avoid some stubbornness as well. Be willing to change. I think some change is coming of some kind, some breaking of a structure. Feels like this Ten of Pentacles energy here. Being willing to change, but now feels mental rest down here. All right, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching this. I hope this message helped. Let me know in the comments if it resonated with you, or if, something that I said here sparked something inside of you. I would love to hear. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Thank you.